Hey everybody. Good evening. It's Friday night. We're about to enter our lockdown for quarantine officially. And so what better way to prepare than to stretch out? All the videos I've done so far have been either full body workouts, cardio workouts, or they have been just isolated body parts. So tonight we are going to take some time to just do a full body stretching workout. It's really important that you stretch out. So you can actually use this video after any of the workouts if you feel like you need to just get a deeper stretch. If you just want to do this at night before you go to sleep to stretch out, it's always a good thing. So you guys feel free to use this however you want. So we'll go ahead and get started. Only thing you're going to need is a mat. I like to do this barefoot. Some of the stuff we do are, I guess, considered yoga poses. So it's nicer to have bare feet for that. So we're going to start with the first stretch here. And it's basically just, it's called a mountain pose. So you're going to have your feet together, and you're going to take your arms straight up like this, and you're really just extending your arms. I know my hands are cut off, but you're just going to extend your arms as high as you can, and just try to feel that stretch go all the way up through your back, through your shoulders, all the way up through your fingertips. They should be pointed straight up at the ceiling. You can lift your head up and kind of look towards the ceiling as well. And we're just going to stand here for a couple of seconds and get a good stretch right here. A nice way to end the week. I was thinking about doing the leg workout VOD today, and I have never been so tired at the end of a week as I have from this week. Been really long hours at work and rushing around trying to get a lot of stuff done. So it's nice to take this time to just kind of stretch it out and take you down a notch. All right, so we're going to transition down to the mat for a second. And we are going to do a seated spine twist. So you're going to sit forward like this. You're going to take your legs. You're going to take your right leg and bring it in like this. And then you're going to take your left leg and you're going to wrap it over your right leg. So you're seated like this. And then I want you to take your right hand up in the air and bring it down so that it crosses over your leg. You're going to use that as leverage. So push against your elbow. So now you're going to be facing forward. And you're going to feel the twist in this part of your back, your spine. That's why they call it spine twist. And if you want to take it a step further, you can turn your head and look towards the back corner of the room that you're in. And you just keep pushing into that elbow, and you just twist as far as you feel comfortable going. Some people are a lot more flexible than others. You will get more flexible over time if you stretch on a daily basis. I'm not a very good example of that. So I'm not actually super flexible, but that's okay. So you're just gonna hold this side, hold it for a few seconds. And once you feel like you've gotten a pretty good stretch on this side, you can come out of it. Just move your arm back. You can now take your left leg, put it forward, put your right leg forward, slide your left leg under, cross your right leg over. You guys didn't know you would be doing a puzzle this evening. Take your left arm up in the air here, drop it down, take your right arm back, and then turn. And now you're going to be looking at the opposite corner of the room, and you're pushing against that knee so that you're getting that twist on the other side. And then just stay here for a few minutes and just breathe and think about everything that you accomplished this past week, and you finally get a nice, beautiful, warm weekend. If you're watching this video on, I think today's March 27th, but I'm not quite sure right now. So get excited about walking outside alone, socially distanced, with whoever you're living with or your dog. So that's exciting. All right. Come out of this. We're going to stand back up. And we're going to do our fun quad stretch. So we're going to start with our right leg. You're going to just take your foot. You're going to pull your foot back towards your butt. Put your hand on your hip. And you're stretching out the quad here. So you can just stand here and stretch this out for as long as you want. I'm going to just rant throughout the whole thing because I'm actually able to breathe during this video. We didn't do a whole lot of legs this past week, but we're going to do a leg workout tomorrow. So you want to have your legs nice and stretched out because tomorrow we're going to definitely burn our legs out. So you can put this one down, grab your other foot, hand on your hip. If you can't balance, that's fine. Maybe just bring a chair here. You can hold on to the chair. If your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, sister, brother, kid isn't doing anything, then just have them come stand next to you and just put your hand on their shoulder so that you don't fall over. That's absolutely fine. Other people in your house can be used for props to help you work out. And that way they're part of your workout. So it's definitely a community experience that you can have. So put this one down. We're now going to stretch out our hamstrings. So we're going to be in this position. Your back foot is going to be 45 degrees. Your front foot is going to go straight like this. So you're going to stay straight here, and you're going to bend, and you're going to grab your ankle if you're able to go down this far. If you're not, you can stay right here on your quad. So you just go as far as you're able to go. If I were super flexible, I would be able to touch my nose down here. But like I said, I'm not, at least not yet. I will eventually get there. So you're going to feel the stretch down the back of your leg. So just hold this one for a couple seconds. We did do a few things that worked our hamstring this week, so good to stretch that out. Like I said, it's really good to do this probably every night just to stretch out, especially if you're like me and you have to stare at your computer for almost 10 to 12 hours a day. It's great to just spend 20 minutes stretching. Okay, so we're going to slowly come up. You're going to switch out your feet. Now your right foot's back, your left foot's front. Same thing, roll down here like this and grab your ankle or grab here. It's a nice stretch. I'm not sure the stay-at-home orders in your own city or county. Wake County today did issue a stay-at-home order, and I know the whole state, at least if you're in North Carolina watching this, will be under a stay-at-home order starting Monday. So make sure you get everything you need before then, because then the only place people will be going is the grocery store. So, all right, you can come out of that, kind of come face forward here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a lunge stretch. So once again, you're going to face straight. We're going to start with our right leg forward. So you're going to bring your right leg forward like this one back. So you have two options for this. You can stand here in the stretch. You're going to see my back foot is 45 degrees out and this one's straight. This is actually, if I were to raise my hands, right, this is actually a warrior one position in yoga. So you can come down into the stretch like this. If you don't want to be up here, if you want to go down to the ground like this and stretch it out this way, I actually prefer this to do the standing because I feel like I get a better stretch. After you have been in this position for a few seconds and you're a little bit more loose, the third version of this is actually to drop your knee to the ground, flatten this out, and you can even come like this, right, with your two hands to the side, and then you're really getting a deeper stretch. So this is kind of 3 tiers of this stretch. So if you're not really good at stretching, you haven't stretched before, I would just stand in the lunge position and not even go to the mat. If you're pretty flexible, you can come down here. If you're super flexible, you can drop your elbows all the way down and get even lower, but I'm not there yet, especially today. So I'm just going to kind of hold this, get a deep stretch right here. And then when you're done with that, you're going to make your way back up, switch it out, put your left leg forward, 45. So you can start in a warrior like this. You can sit like this. You can come down like this. Or like I said, you can drop your knee down here, put both of your hands on inside, lean it forward, and you can just hold it here. I think I've enabled commenting on my videos. So if you're watching this and you want to make a funny comment back to me, that would be greatly appreciated. I'll gladly go through and read it later when I should be doing something else. So yeah, I don't know what everyone's favorite stretch is. I have trouble deciding what my favorite stretch is. It seems to change based on what's hurting that day. Anyways, let's slowly get out of this and come back up. All right, the next one you're not gonna like, but you're gonna do it anyways. This is a chair position. It is a little bit difficult. Some people don't really consider this a stretch. It's just work. So I'm gonna do this from the side so you can see the form. So you're gonna keep your feet together like this. You're gonna bend your knees like this. You're gonna crouch it down like this. So you're like you're sitting kind of in a chair. And if you want to make it harder, you can put your hands up like this. Really sit into it. You want the inside of your biceps right between your ears. And you're actually stretching your whole body doing this. You're stretching your arms through your back. And your quads are going to burn a little bit, but that's okay. So we won't hold this very long. Just a few more seconds. Really see like how low you can go in this. All right, and then just come out of it. You can hold it longer if you want, just to get that full body stretch. The next thing we're gonna do is a dancer. I happen to like this. I used to take dance. For guys, this is probably gonna be harder. I would get a chair and put it in front of you and hold on to it. So what you're gonna do is you're going to, this is the opposite arm, opposite leg type thing. So take your right leg, and you're going to take your hand and drop it to the inside of your foot so that your fingers are now on the outside of your foot, and you've got, you're holding your foot in your right hand like this. So what you're going to do now, you're going to push your leg up. At the same time, you're going to bring your opposite arm up, and you're just going to stretch. So the more you push your foot into your hand, the more you're stretching out. So this is also a balance thing. So it just depends how high you're able to get your leg. Keep your arm up, stare straight in front of you, and pick a spot and focus on that. It will help you with your balance. As you get better at this, you'll be able to go up farther with it, and you'll be able to hold it in that position. So once again, if you're really struggling with balance, grab a chair and hold it, and then you will be able to stay in the position longer. So once you're done, just slowly bring this back in. Put your foot to the ground. We're going to switch sides. So once again, this arm is going to be up. This leg is going to be up. This is probably easier to see from this angle. You can see my hand is on the inside of my foot. And then I'm going to lean forward. I'm going to keep my arm up. I'm going to keep my leg pushing, and I'm going to stare straight in front of me and try not to fall over. But it would be fine for me to just do this. See, I'm holding this. I'm still stretching this out. Same stretch. If you want to incorporate the balance, then you don't want to touch anything. Just hold it like that. So you slowly come out of that. Put your foot down. We're now just going to do a basic back bend. Excuse me. So put your feet together. Take your hands behind your back, right here, the top, and just bend backwards. You should feel it through here, really hitting the lower part of your back. So just hold this for a few seconds. Stretch out that part of your back. We did back and abs yesterday if you're following these in order. So this should feel pretty good. Okay, you can come out of that. All right, we're going to go into tree pose. So tree pose is another balance posture. And what tree pose is you're going to be like a tree pretty much. So you're going to take your foot, once again, variations. You can keep your foot here. You can move your foot here. Or you can put your foot all the way up here. And then your hands have variations. So you can have your hands here. Or it's harder, you can put your hands straight up like this. Once again, you want to stare straight in front of you and focus somewhere so that you retain your balance. If you're not able to do that, once again, grab the person in your house not doing anything and make them stand in front of you and just hold on to their shoulders. So you can do that. Hold this here. Just breathe. When I come out of this, I like to take my arms down like this and down like that and just slide out. I'm going to slide in the other side, grab my foot to get it stuck where it's supposed to be, and hands here. And I'll just hold it here to show you the difference. Also, you can just take your hands down to the side like this if this is more comfortable for you. It's completely up to you. All right, so slide out of that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to just do a forward bend. This is exactly what it sounds like. You're going to bend forward, and you are just going to be stretching out the back of your hamstring. So you're going to just roll it down. I have long arms, so you can see like my hands just very easily go flat on the ground. You can keep your hands flat on the ground. You can grab behind your ankles and drop your head. You can do whichever one is most comfortable, but you do want to feel the stretch right back here. Another thing you can do is you can take your hands and try to walk yourself backwards like this to get a deeper stretch. All right. We're going to go straight from here into what we call a ragdoll. So a ragdoll is basically rocking side to side in this position. So the classic form you'll see this is you'll see people's arms like this and their head on their arms, and they will just be moving side to side like a rag doll. I know I don't really get the comparison to a rag doll, but maybe that was before my time or something. Likewise, if this is not comfortable, then just walk it over to the right and then walk it over to the left. Pause in the center. Go back to the right. Come back to the center. Go back to the left. And once you're done doing that, you can slowly roll it up. We're back. The next thing we're going to do is something we've done in a few of our warm-ups, and that's just a basic reach and touch. So reach up, touch your waist, touch the ground, touch your waist. So, just do a couple of these. Once again, your hamstrings should be significantly looser than before you started watching this. So, should be a little bit easier now to do this. All right. Take your hands here. We're going to do a plie squat. So, feet in first position for all the ballerinas. Second position. Make sure they're even. Plie is exactly what it sounds like. You're going to bend your knees. Now, some of you might have to stay right here, and that's fine. You can stay here and stretch it out. You can also come down to the mat. Move your heels a little bit closer in. Hands like this. You want your elbows in right where your knees are, and you can take your elbows and push your knees back. You're going to feel that stretch all in your inner thigh area. And you can kind of stay really wide like this, or you can come in a little bit and drop your butt all the way to the ground. Bring your hands here. And now you're getting the stretch by pushing your elbows out against your knees like this, which is happening from here. And you can just sit here. This is not going to be comfortable for everybody. So it's absolutely fine if you're still standing up, just in kind of like a medium squat position, just getting that stretch. That's fine. So once you've been here for a quick second, put your hands down, stretch it up. I'm going to rotate this way. We're going to do a downward facing dog, which is once again, it is the yoga position. So walk your feet back here, walk your hands in a little bit, and you really want to drop your head in between where your elbows are, and you kind of feel a little bit of a pinch in your back, and just bring your head down. This is the downward dog. What we're going to do is walk the dog. So you're going to bring your knee forward on your left leg, bring it back, and then bring it forward on your right. So you're just moving your knees, alternating them one at a time. And this is what we call walking the dog. Much easier than walking my actual dog. So, I know, I wasn't even talking about you, Willow, it's fine. You can go back to sleep. So, just keep doing this. See, now she's wondering what's going on right now. And you can take it right into a plank. Just lower yourself down. So now you're on your mat. Feet are flat. Your arms are going to be right by your sides. And you're going to lift up. This is a cobra. And then what we're going to do is you're going to lift your left leg. So it's a cobra with a one leg lift. And then you're going to drop that and you're going to raise your right leg. So you're going to do little baby kicks with your legs like this. So this is an alternating leg lift with a cobra. You're going to feel it in your lower back. So you're stretching out your lower back here. You're also going to feel it in your hamstrings a little bit. So you can go ahead and just keep alternating that a little bit. And then once you're done, just kind of relax all the way down. So just lay on your mat for a second and just completely release all your muscles so they're loose. The next thing we're going to do is called a bow. A lot of you might not like this either. That's okay. You can still learn. Put your arms behind you. Bring your legs. Try to grab your feet. Now, some of you are going to stay right here, and that's okay. If you're right here, I want you to pull down so you feel the stretch. For those of us who are a little bit more advanced, you're going to push your feet into your hands to the point where you are going to lift yourself off of your mat, and you're going to stare forward, and you're going to keep doing that to get a full stretch. If you are crazy, you can start rocking back and forth like this. That really hurts, so I'm not going to do it. But some people are very flexible and have the ability to do that. So hold this for a few seconds. And then let it go. Drop your legs. Get up into a, actually, we're going to go straight into child's pose from here. So just drop your butt down and go right here with your arms in front of you. And just sit here for a minute and breathe. Okay, we're going to come out of child's pose, and we're going to go straight into what we call cat-cow. Move forward. So, when you dip your back in and look up, this is cow pose. You're then going to suck in your stomach and arch your back and look down, and this is cat. So we're going to go through a few of these. So we're going to go cow, look up, cat, look down, really stretch. Do this again. Okay. Back in cat. You come flat back. Kind of get out of that. Come straight forward. Here for just a second. What we're going to do now called fixed firm. Once again, not going to be everyone's favorite stretch, but that's all right. So what you're going to do here is you're going to sit on your feet, move your feet to the side a little bit like this, and put your arms behind you. So you feel the stretch in your quads. This pose has different variations as well, just depending on how flexible you are. So this would really be, the first variation would literally just be to sit here like this straight up. The next level is going to be right here, a little farther back. If you are more flexible than that, you can drop your elbows down to the mat like this behind you, and you can be right here. And then the last level would actually be to drop all the way to the mat with your shoulders flat on the mat and your arms to your side. Notice I'm not doing that because, like I said from the beginning, I'm not super flexible. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sit right here. And I'm just going to feel the stretch and be happy about it. All right. And then we're going to slowly get up, slowly out of this. Grab whatever you need to just get out of it comfortably. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to lay flat on our back, which is probably what you thought we were going to do at the very beginning of stretching. So we're finally getting there. We're laying flat on our back, and we're going to extend our left leg straight out in front of us. You're going to take your right leg, and you're going to take your left arm to outside of right knee, pull it over across your body like this. Take your right arm, put it flat on the ground, and look to your right, to your flat arm. You can take your left arm and pull your knee over across your body. This is a lying leg cross-body stretch. Should feel pretty good. Also stretches out your glute muscle, which we have not really worked so far. We will do that tomorrow as well. All right. So then slowly come out of this. Drop your right leg to the ground. Left leg comes up. Right arm up. Right arm to outside of left knee. Bring it over. Cross body. Left arm out. Look over to your left and pull your knee down with your right arm. Feel the stretch go through your glute. All right. You can come out of that one. If you want to stay in any stretch longer than I do, then go ahead. It's absolutely fine. Now take your legs, put your feet flat on the ground. Get them close as you can to your bottom. We are now going to pick up our hips off the ground. This is stage one. This is the beginning of a bridge. You want to really lift up your hips. If you need help, you can take your hands like this and prop them up under your hips and just hold yourself here. This is an assisted bridge. You can also use the yoga block to put it underneath yourself like that. Next step would be get your shoulders on your shoulders and push up even farther. I'm not able to do a full bridge. So a full bridge would be literally me taking my hands backwards behind my head and pushing my body up. Okay, I'll try. Yeah, I'm bouncing on my head, which is not exactly what you're supposed to do. So anyways, that would be a full bridge. If you're able to do that, congratulations. That is great. I'm not. So I'm going to just stay here. Once you've been here for a minute or longer, or really less, whatever you want to do, drop your bottom to the ground and roll up So now that you're sitting here, face forward, like lengthwise, and put your feet, actually, start with your feet like here. Keep your feet together. Take your hands like this and push your knees down with your elbows, and you can grab your feet. And this is a butterfly stretch, because everyone's a beautiful butterfly, even if you're dry. So just push your knees down and just stretch. Dad, I hope you're watching my video, and I hope you're stretching out. Maybe you can leave a comment if you're listening to me right now. I know the people that don't stretch enough, so I'll call you out if I know who you are. Me, I don't stretch enough. Dad, he doesn't stretch enough. I'm trying to think who else I know watching this that's not stretching enough. I'm not going to call anyone else out because I'm not quite sure. But Dad and I need to stretch more. So, all right, from here, legs are going out to the sides. Your hands are going to go forward first. So you're once again stretching out the inner part of your thigh, hopefully evenly since you're going forward. And then what you're going to do is you're going to walk it over to the right side. If you can grab behind your foot, great. If you can only put your hand here, that's fine. And you want to stretch as far as you can. If you can bring your nose to your knee, that's good. Still working on it. Okay, come back to the middle. Make your way over to the other side. I'm not as flexible on this side. I'm struggling getting my hand to my foot. That's all right. I can't even get my other hand there. So then I'll sit here like this. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the middle. Do one last stretch here in the middle, and then come up. All right, so the last thing we are going to do is we're going to come up to our knees like this. All right, and once again, we're just going to do one more little baby back bend here on our knees. So put your hands right here, and you just feel it right here on the small part of your back. All right. So, stretching 101. Oh my gosh, Mom's still trying to get out of the stretches. All right, so the hardest part about that was standing up. So, hopefully this was a nice, slow stretch. It was relaxing. You can modify to do what works for you, what doesn't work for you, stay in a stretch longer, shorter, whatever. Now you've got some good stretches that you can be incorporating on a daily basis. So with that, happy Friday. Hey, if you're watching Netflix right now, you could be stretching while you're watching these shows. So just keep that in mind. All right, bye-bye.